Hey friends, welcome again to my channel. Friends, today's video is based on the complete analysis of To a Skylark by P.B.Shelley. So before started analyzing the poem, we have to at first know some facts about To a Skylark. So what are the facts? Fact number 1 is that To a Skylark was composed at Leghorn in 1820. Then it was published in the same year in the Prometheus Unborn volume. Actually, in the spring of 1820, Shelley and his wife spent a week or two near Leghorn in the house of some friends. There, on a beautiful summer evening, they heard the song of the Skylark, and that song inspired Shelley to write this poem. Let's start reading the poem. To a Skylark. Hail to thee, blithe spirit, bird thou never wert, that from heaven or near it pourest thy full heart. I profuse strains of unpremeditated art. Higher still and higher, from the earth thou springest, like a cloud of fire, the blue deep thou wingest, and singing still thou soar, and soaring even singest. In the golden lighting of the sunken sun, over which clouds are brightening, thou dost float and run like an unbodied joy whose race is just begun. The pale purple even melts around thy flight, like a star of heaven in the broad daylight. Thou art unseen, but yet I hear thy shrill delight. Keen as are the arrows of that silver spear, whose intense lamp narrows in the white dawn clear, until we hardly see, we feel that it is there. All the earth and air with thy voice is loud, as when night is bare from one lonely cloud. The moon rains out her beams, and heaven is overflowed. What thou art we know not, what is most like thee? From rainbow clouds there flow not drops so bright to see, as from thy presence showers a rain of melody. Like a poet hidden in the light of thought, singing hymns unbidden, till the world is wrought to sympathy with hopes and fears is heeded not. Like a high-born maiden in a palace tower, soothing her love-laden soul in secret hour, with music sweet as love, which overflows her bower, like a glow warm golden in a dell of dew, scattering unbeholden its aerial hue among the flowers and grass which screen it from the view. Like a rose embowered in its own green leaves, by warm winds deflowered, till the scent it gives makes faint with too much sweet these heavy winged thieves, sound of vernal showers on the twinkling grass, rain awakened flowers. All that ever was joyous and clear and fresh thy music doth surpass. Teach us, sprite or bird, what sweet thoughts are thine. I have never heard praise of love or wine, that panted forth a flood of rapture so divine. Chorus hymeneal or triumphant chant, matched with thine would be all but an empty want, a thing wherein we feel there is some hidden want. What objects are the fountains of thy happy strain? What fields or waves or mountains? What shapes of sky or plain? What love of thine own kind? What ignorance of pain? With thy clear keen joyance, languor cannot be, shadow of annoyance never came near thee. Thou lovest, but never know love's sad satiety. Waking or asleep, thou of death must deem things more true and deep than we mortals dream. Or how could thy notes flow in such a crystal stream? We look before and after, and pine for what is not. Our sincerest laughter with some pain is fraught. Our sweetest song are those that tell of saddest thought. Yet, if we could scorn hate and pride and fear, if we were things fear, not to shed a tear, I know not how thy joy we never should come near. Better than all measures of delightful sound, better than all treasures that in books are found, thy skill to poet were the scorner of the ground. Teach me how the gladness that thy brain must know, such harmonious madness from my lips would flow, the world should listen then as I am listening now. So this is the poem. So this poem is divided into 21 stanzas, and 105 means 105 lines are there in this poem. So let's start explaining. So here I am going to explain stanza 1 to 6. So check out the lines from hail to thee to the moon rains out her beams and heaven is overflowed. So in these stanzas or lines, the poet addresses the skylark as it shines from above the sky as a spirit of joy and higher. He cannot think of it as a bird. It is a spirit ever rising higher and pouring from above a rain of melody. It begins its skyward flight with the very peep of the dawn. It goes on singing until the dim twilight of the evening mills around it. Though it remains unseen during its flight, but its song floods the earth all the time. Its song is as keen as the beams of light shooting from the moon that fades towards the morning. Thus, though the bird is invisible, its song fills the earth and air like moonbeams that flood the sky at night when the moon is hidden behind a cloud. So, these are the things which Shelley said about the skylark in stanza 1 to 6. Let us now move to stanza 7 to 11. Check out the lines. What thou art are we know not, to make faint with too much sweet these heavy wings thieves. What thou art we know not, to make faint with too much sweet these heavy winged thieves. So here the poet is at a loss to understand what the bird exactly is. Its song is brighter and more radiant than even the beautiful raindrops that fall from the rainbow clouds. The skylark is like a poet obscured by his thought and seeking to persuade an indifferent world into a revolutionary ideal by the sweetness of its song. It is like a highborn maiden singing at dead of night in her secret chamber to comfort her lovesick heart. It is like a glowworm that scatters its light all around from its secret covert of leaves and grasses. It is like a rose concealed in its bower of leaves, and the sweet fragrance of which is carried by the wind and scattered all around. So next we have stanza 12 to 14. Check out the lines. Sound of vernal showers to a thing wherein we feel there is some hidden want. So in these lines, the skylark's song surpasses all earthly things in joy and loveliness. It is more delightful than the gentle patter of spring showers or the flowers opening under the soft spring rain. Songs of love or wine, of marriage, and victory in war are absolutely dull in comparison with the bird's song. So next is stanza 15 to stanza 21. What objects are the fountains to? The world should listen then, as I am listening now. So here the poet is willing to know what the true source of the bird's song is. He wonders to know if it is some beautiful object of nature or the love of its own kind or the ignorance of human sufferings that inspires its song. Whatever the source of its happy strain, it is certain that the bird is a perfect stranger to the languors, satiety and pain that fall to the lot of man. The bird knows more about the mysteries of life and death that have been revealed to man. Otherwise, its song would not have been so clear and free from the touch of sadness. Man longs for things unreal or impossible to attain. Hence, all his joys have an edge of sadness. Even if man's life was one of joy and happiness and free from pride, fear, or hatred, his song would not have been so sweet as the bird's song. The bird's song is better than all the wisdom enshrined in books. Hence, the poet appeals to the bird for a portion of its joy, so that he might enrapture the heart of men all the world over with his songs, as he himself is being enraptured by the skylark's song. So this is the explanation of to a skylark. So hope this video will also help you like the previous videos, and if you have not checked out my previous video, then please check it out, and also don't forget to subscribe my channel. So bye bye, see you in the next session with a new topic.